Good afternoon, students. So we are back with another video from your Indian Economic Development. So in this video, we will be proceeding with the chapter 2 of our syllabus, and the chapter is Indian Economy from 1950 to 1990. So basically, in our first chapter, we discussed the situation of our economy on the eve of independence. So now, finally, on 15th of August 1947, India got independence. So after that, after 1947, from 1950 to 1990, up to 1990, what was the situation of our economy? So we are going to, the main focus of our discussion in this chapter will be this one. So after studying this chapter, you will know about the goals of the India's 5-year plan, because once India got independence, so there was the first task was the planning was started. Okay. So after that, we'll know about the goals of the India's 5-year plan. After that, you will come to know about the various development policies. As you have seen, the different sectors, like the condition was very poor: agriculture sector, industrial sector, foreign trade. So in order to improve those sectors, like what were the development strategies that are being adopted, for such as the in sectors like agriculture and industry, what were the different strategies adopted by the government then that time. So another thing we will learn about the merits and limitation of the regulated economy. So these are the things that we are going to learn after in this chapter. Moving on to the chapter. So as you know that on 15th of August 1947, India woke to the new dawn of freedom. So finally, the Indians were the masters of their own destiny. Now they were no under the colonial rule. Isn't it? The colonial rule which nearly lasted for 200 years. So finally India got free from that. So the main thing now lies with the nation building, lies that there should be the job of the nation building. So the job of the nation building is in the hands among us only, in our hands only. So the leaders of the independent India had to decide the first various things. Now they have to decide now, because they have to run the economy which was stagnant, which was not growing. Now how to revive those economy, isn't it? How to recover that economy. So there was everything was lying with the leaders at that independent India. Now the leaders of the independent India, they had to decide among other the first thing they had to decide was the type of economic system. So what type of economic system should be adopted that would be most suitable for our nation? A system which would promote the welfare of all rather than a few. So for this, if we have to talk about the welfare system, economic system, so basically there are 3 types of economic system. Children. So as you know that every society has to answer the 3 questions. So what goods, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce, isn't it? So what goods and services to be produced in the economy? How should the goods and services be produced, either using the labor or either using the machines, capital, and how should the goods and services should be distributed among the people. So one answer to this question is to depend on the market forces of supply and demand, the interaction of the supply and demand. So when we have to talk about the market economy, this market economy is also called capitalism, isn't it? So capitalism means, like in the capitalism, only those goods and consumer goods will be produced that are in demand, that is the goods that can be sold profitably either in the domestic or in the foreign market. So capitalist, or you can call it, in a capitalist society, the goods produced are distributed among people, not on the basis of what people need, but on the basis of the purchasing power, how much people are able to purchase, the ability to buy goods and services. So the first system was the capitalist system that was available. The option that was available was the capitalist system. You can relate the capitalist system as a private sector where everything is owned privately. So capitalism, capitalist sector. So goods will be produced on the basis of the demand, on the basis of the purchasing power. Another system was a socialist system, where in socialist system the government decides the goods, what goods are to be produced in accordance with the need of the society. In a socialist system, the government will decide everything. Then we have with this too, the now most economies are mixed economy. Mixed economy is that economy where the government and the market together answer the three questions of what to produce, how to produce, and how to distribute what is produced. So in a mixed economy, you can call it the market will provide whatever goods and services it can produce well, and the government will provide the essential goods and services which the market fails to do so. You can call it this mixed economy is a mixture of capitalism and socialism, capitalist and the socialist economy. Okay, so it is a mixture. Mixed economy is a mixture. So the three options were available there. Okay, so which economic system to choose? So now we'll see which economic system the India decided. Okay, so what happened was like the Jawaharlal Nehru. So there are different types of economic system, and among them socialism or the socialist system appeals to the Jawaharlal Nehru, who was then the prime minister, isn't it, Jawaharlal Nehru? However, he was in not favor of the socialism because that was established in a former Soviet Union. Soviet Union is a country which was there from 1921 to 1991. Okay, so that country was basically a socialist country. Okay, so what happened was like Jawaharlal Nehru, like socialism did not appeal to Jawaharlal Nehru because in the socialism, you know that everything is produced by the government. That is, all factors and the farms in the country were owned by the government. So there were no private property at all. So it is not possible in a democracy like India. It is not possible that there is only the for the government to change the ownership pattern of land. Okay, so it is not that only the government will be there in a democracy like India. It is not possible that only the government is there. So thereafter the socialism was rejected. So Nehru and many other leaders and thinkers of the newly independent India sought an alternative of extreme version of capitalism and socialism. Okay, so what happened was like the capitalism, obviously, if you have to say the Jawaharlal Nehru, capitalism was not in favor because only if there is a private sector, only the private sector is there, then obviously how the welfare of the people will be there, isn't it? So socialism was also not appealed to the Jawaharlal Nehru at that time. He was not in favor of the socialism. Okay, so it is not possible like then after that what happened was like the Nehru and the many other leaders and the thinkers of the newly independent India, they desire an alternative to the extreme version of capitalism and socialism. So what they decided was that they decided as a mixture of the socialism, mixed economy. They chose the which economic system? Mixed economy, where there will be the social government as well as the it will everything goods and what good and services, how to produce and whom to produce, it will be decided by the government as well as the market forces. So basically, if you have to see, sympathizing with the socialist output, they found an answer in economic system which in their view combined the best feature of socialism without its drawback. In this view, India would be a socialist society with a strong public sector but also with the private property and democracy. The government would plan for the, if you have to see, the government would plan for the your economy with the private sector being encouraged to be the plan of the Indian effort. So you can call it India adopted a mixed economic system where the socialism will be there, but with that the private sector will also be there. Okay, it was there a mixed economy. Okay, so the industrial policy resolution of 1948 and the directive principle of the Indian Constitution reflected this output. So what happened was in 1950, in 1947 India got freedom. In 1950 the planning commission was set up with the prime minister as its chairperson. Then from there only the era of the India's 5-year plan had begun. Okay, so from there only India adopted the planning commission. So from there only our first 5-year plan 1951 to 1956 was started, and the planning commission was set up in the year 1950 with the prime minister as its chairman. Okay, so after that, so this, what is this plan, isn't it? So you can say that a plan spells out how the resources of the economy should be put to use. So every we also know, children, like whenever we are going to somewhere, isn't it, to visit that place, for any purpose, so we do some plan, isn't it? So how we are going to reach that place, what are the things, how our expenses will be managed, like that only the country also does the planning. Okay, so in that plan the country decide how the resources of the nation should be put to use. It should have some general goals as well as some specific objectives which are to be achieved within the specified period of time. Okay, so in India what happened was like the plans were of 5 years duration and were called 5-year plan. So we borrowed this idea from the former Soviet Union, the pioneer in national planning. So idea was taken from the Soviet Union. Okay, so this our plan is basically a document. Our plan documents up to the year 2017 not only specify the objective to be attained in the 5-year of a plan, but also what is to be achieved over a period of 20 years. Okay, so this long term plan is called perspective plan. The 5-year plan was supposed to provide the basis for the perspective plan. So it is a written document. Okay, so you can call it. So it will be unrealistic to expect all the goals of the plan. Suppose a plan will be having some goal as well as some specific objective. So it will be unrealistic to expect that all the goals of the plan to be given equal importance in all the plan. So in fact goals may be actually be in conflict, isn't it? For example, the goal of introducing modern technology in one plan may be conflict with the goal of generating more employment. If the technology reduces the need for the labor, so the planner have to balance the goals. Okay, so in this way the different emphasis were given to the different plan. Like in the first plan emphasis was given to agriculture, in the second plan then it was given to the your industry, like that. Okay, so the planner have to balance the goals, like a very difficult job indeed. So we find different goals being emphasized in the different plans in India. So in the different plans different goals was being emphasized. Okay, so India's 5-year plan did not spell out how much of each and every goods and services is to be produced. This is neither possible nor necessary. So it is enough if the plan is specific about the sector where it plays a commanding role. For instance, power generation and irrigation, while leaving the rest of the market. Okay, so in this way what happened was after 1950 the planning commission was set up. After that the eras of the 5-year plan began, and it was like our plan documents was up to the year 2017. But after 2017 what happened was there is this Niti Aayog. Our last plan was the 12th 5-year plan from 2012 to 2017. So after 17 there was this Niti Aayog, National Institute for Transforming India. So it is called the think tank of the government. The Niti Aayog was introduced by our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. Then from there after 2017 the planning commission was dissolved and the country is now running with this Niti Aayog only. Okay, so this is about the situation. Like the first thing, like as soon as India got freedom, so the destiny, like everything was in the hands of our leaders at that time. So the first thing they decided was the economic system, which economic system they are going to choose. And after the economic system they started with the planning. Now they have to plan because the country was so in a bad state, isn't it, children? So they have to revive the economy, the stagnant economy, poor, underdeveloped. Now they have to revive. So the first thing they decided was they did the planning. Okay, the planning they did. So India's 5-year plan began. So they different goals in the different plans, different emphasis goals was being emphasized. Okay, so in this way the India started with the 5-year plans. Okay, the era of the 5-year plan. Okay, so after this this was the first thing they did. Okay, so after that now in our next video basically we are going to learn about the goals or the objectives of the planning, overall goals. What were the goals of our plans 5-year plans? Okay.